We're here outside the Vancouver Art Gallery where people are gathering to protest increased oil tanker traffic through Vancouver's coast. Now, could our beautiful shores be in danger? Let's start the free talk. Hi, I'm Allison Riley and you're watching Free Talk. It was around this day in 1989 that the oil tanker Exxon Valdez spilled hundreds of thousands of barrels of crude oil into Prince William Sound. Many believe this to be the worst human-caused environmental disaster of all time. Protesters here are concerned that BC's coast could suffer a similar fate if Enbridge's Northern Gateway pipeline is permitted to be built. The pipeline aims to transport natural gas and crude oil from Alberta to Kitimat, BC.
My name is Nikki Skuse and I'm an energy campaigner with Forest Ethics. And we co-organized this rally here today on the anniversary of the Exxon Valdez spill.
Now tell me about what the goal is for today. Is it to stop the pipeline? Is it to decrease oil tanker traffic?
Well, basically it's to take the lessons from the Exxon Valdez and know that we shouldn't be expanding tanker traffic on our coast. We have too much to lose. And so it's using that as a point of mobilization. We need there's a federal review process going on right now for the Enbridge pipeline and tanker proposal, and there will be a decision a year from now. So we need people to speak up, to stand up, to act in solidarity with people battling that. It's sort of, remembering accidents of the past and preventing them from coming to our coast.
Do you feel that a lot of people are aware of the number of tankers that actually go through the Burrard Inlet?
I don't think that they are, actually. There's not all that many oil tankers that come through, and they're small compared to what's being proposed for the North Coast. But I think there's growing awareness now as this is gaining more notice, and because people are getting bullied for speaking out.
Well, I'm here to speak in solidarity with everyone else to oppose the government's efforts to label people as radicals and extremists and people acting against the national interest when we speak out about things like the Enbridge pipeline and the tar sands. Because, of course, as was mentioned by Bill McKibben earlier, the government, in their actions to push through things like the pipelines without adequate public consultation, they're acting in an extreme and an unfair way, and they're acting against the national interest, in my opinion.
They know it's going to leak. They're trying to put it across 1,100 kilometers of the roughest, worst landscape that you could possibly imagine. And it will fail. It's not a case of when or if, it will fail for sure.
Originally, my family comes from Kitimat. My dad still lives there and my siblings. And even though I'm here, it was a chance for me to make a statement that we don't want to see Enbridge come into Kitimat.
And you're concerned about the repercussions of spills and everything.
Absolutely. It's dangerous and nobody can assure us that things are going to be safe on the coast. And, that's how our people, we feed ourselves and our families and for generations and generations. And it's not worth putting it at risk at this point.
And why do you think it's important to have displays and protests of this sort of nature?
It just brings awareness, I think, sends a clear statement, I hope, to the government, but more so just to bring awareness to the public that this is an important issue that we all need to be involved in.
You feel that if the pipeline did go through and the tanker traffic increased, that it wouldn't be a matter of if, it would be a matter of when there was a spill, do you
Definitely
feel?
a matter of when. I mean, you're dealing with a company who has a long history, in the last 10 years, something around 900 individual spills, ranging in scale. So even a tablespoon dripping into the ocean is a bad thing. I mean, we're still feeling the effects of the Exxon Valdez spill, which happened almost a quarter century ago. They're still cleaning it up. 2 summers ago, the Gulf Coast spill made its way around the world because of the current system in the ocean. Animals have been dealing with that, the marine life. We have problems with the ecosystem of the ocean as it is. Overfishing, I mean, we're running out of our food sources. Food sources are trying to be controlled. It's a risk that a lot of people aren't willing to take. I don't think there's a lot of people that have support on this issue. And if they do, it's for what I personally would consider the wrong reasons. I think we're in the middle of a question as to what the future is going to bring for our energy sources and resources. And sustainability isn't really the language anymore because you don't want to sustain a way of life like we have now with the amount of cars on the roads, the amount of pollution that they produce, and oil is just really not the way to go anymore.
This is the latest in the season from Enbridge. Basically, I just wanted to kind of experience what everything on our coast is going to experience if this goes through. And my sign is very accurate. This sucks big time.
There was a barge that went in the Howe Sound, went aground at Paisley Island, and they never cleaned it out, and it had oil, thick oil. 2 or 3 years later, and I was just a young girl, I was like 15 or something, and my brother said, well, let's go water skiing. So we said, well, we'll go to South Bay, because it's away from the oil. So I'm skiing along, woohoo, and all of a sudden his boat quit, and there happened to be one slick of oil, and I went down in the oil and came back up, and I looked just like that young lady. In fact, now, which is 60, 70 years later, if you go on the beaches in North Bay and you dig deep, there's a slick of oil still there. And this was not a big spill, nothing like Exxon Valdez.
The people here who are standing up for not only our children, but their children, we're the conservatives. From what we're doing to ecosystems and from what we're doing with putting carbon in the sky is absolutely terrible. It is the number one problem. We're destroying the earth from which we come. And we have no business doing that. We have to radically change what we do.
Completion of the pipeline has been officially stalled until 2013 and is currently under review by a joint review panel established by the Canadian Environmental Assessment Agency and the National Energy Board. I'm Allison Riley, and thanks for watching Free Talk.